Hi everybody, this is Odd Samurai and today I'm gonna be reacting to Mushoku Tensei episode 22, I believe. But if I if I'm wrong, I'll just put the actual right episode number in the title. So yeah, this is last episode we had Rudy saying goodbye to everyone back there at school and starting the journey towards Begari continent. So first, the biggest one, aside from at his house, was um, Nanahoshi. So he told her, I'm gonna be gone for quite a bit, so I'm not gonna be able to help you. I'm going here. And she looked quite distressed at that. But then, like, she gave him some. What was it? It was like a paper. It was a paper with transportation circles. And then, yeah, Rudy was like, oh, if you handle this, why do you keep it to yourself? And then it was like, oh, okay, it's forbidden to use. And stuff like this, because of how risky it can be. So, a journey that was going to take like around 2 years is now going to take like, I would say 4 months max. Um, so yeah, we had also the farewell that he had with Sylvie, Norn, and Aisha, and he left Aisha and Sylvie to Norn, and that was really sweet. Then we had him with Ellie Nellis, and her saying goodbye to Cliff, and then they embarked on the journey. They traveled a bit, and then they found like some ruins, and that's where they found a teleportation circle, and they used it, and everything seems to be fine, but we don't really know if something could go wrong when they go back. There seemed to be a time lag because Elena Liz went back and then used it again, and even though she felt like it was instant, Rudy, for him, it was like a minute or so, so gotta remind myself of that. And then we just saw them going through the desert, and Rudy was almost killed by a succubus, but Elena Elise helped him and she killed the succubus. And that was apparently a bigger subplot in the light novel. So, yeah. Hopefully something really big is not gonna come from that. And then they also fought a griffin, and they're here. So yeah, let's just get started with this episode in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Interesting music. Okay. Oh? Oh, is that him? It's been so long since we've seen him. Uh, Yeah, we'll explain how we came here so fast. Explain better. Fine. Oh, so you didn't recognize him? He only looks taller. He still looks pretty much the same. Well, yeah, but you would think otherwise, but Rudy was wrongly accused. Okay. Okay. Opening time. Man, Giz was such an MVP when he was introduced. Especially with this conflict between Paul and Rudy back then. So yeah, I quite like him. I am a little nervous of how Rudy and Paul might interact, but surely it cannot be worse than yeah than that fight they had back in season one. Mm. In what way? Like mentally? Mm. Oh, uh, mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm. Oh. Ooh. That is true. Oh, you're already dropping that? Mm. Yeah. Mm. Oh, well, Rudy was right. He did say last episode, like, an apology might be the first thing he says to you. Okay, so we'll at least be able to work together without resentment getting out in the way. Mm. Man, can you be less rude? Okay. Mm. Yeah, we haven't done something yet. Okay, please. Uh huh. Hmm? Mm. Oh, this guy, he was in the party with Roxy and Ellen at least season 1, right? Tall hand. Right? But he's not acknowledging Ellen Elise, so I don't know. Did she already went in? Oh boy. Oh man. Whoa. Oh man. Just everything just going blank. And Rudy just focusing on Roxy probably being dead. I'm so glad Elena Liz brought him back. Oh, that was that could have been bad. Mm. Mm. Okay, that's great. Okay. Of course not. It's fine if she is. Yeah. Mm. Mm. Oh, I hope so. But let's not make promises yet. Oh, we're already going in? Okay. Mm. Oh, that was some nice animation. Mm. You shouldn't overexert yourself. Lame. Mm. Oh, he doesn't know? Yeah. Oh, okay. Good to know. Uh, so I guess that was the first level of the labyrinth? Mm. Let's hope that we can uh, meet up with her. Mm. Yeah, makes sense. I have no freaking idea. Anywhere. She's never been in this labyrinth before. Oh, what is it? Hmm? Is there something on the other side of the wall? Hey! She's there! We gotta get to her too quick. We gotta get to her quick. I mean, she's been doing great surviving, but she still needs help. But yeah, I forgot that she needed to actually say out loud the spells. Oh, they just keep coming. No wonder she hasn't left. Oh, come on. We gotta come quick and help her out. Oh, Roxy! Come on, you can keep going! Oh, her staff! Oh. Oh, wow. Ice? It's Rudy, of course. I can't wait for them to see each other Come on, I've been waiting ages. Oh, oh, no! Into the labyrinth. Oh, this genuinely made me teary-eyed. Legit, by this point of the story, Rudy has gone on uh not seeing Roxy, then seeing her. So yeah, oh man. I remember those teasers in season 1, core 2 of her almost seeing him, but then not happening. Oh, it's finally like we saw her in the opening, but it wasn't like a done deal. So oh, it feels so good. Oh man. And even though it already feels like, oh, I still need them to have a big conversation after this. Although they'd probably have to wait until they get out of the labyrinth and rescue Sinis. I still want that. Please. I need them to just, like a full week, just talking to each other and catching up. There's so much that they need to say to each other. Magic circles of the sixth is stratum. Okay, okay, well, that's that's gonna be. Oh, Yeast says something about like, oh, with this book we can go to the sixth stratum like easily. So I'm guessing that's where the farthest will go. Although we don't really know if that's the last level of the labyrinth, and we don't necessarily know if Tsunis is in it. But I mean, surely we'll get her too. But yeah, man, seeing Paul and Woody see each other at the beginning, man, that like I have such complicated feelings about Paul because you know of past vile things that he's done to women, but also his relationship with Rudy as well has been so shaky. But I mean, with him, he at least tries. But Paul is definitely uh, uh, in some ways even more flawed than Rudy. So it's really hard to like him. But I'd say that because of his dynamic with Rudy, which is written really well, I do appreciate his character, and also just how we know that he took care of Norn for so long and did everything that he could for her to be fine through all the years that she was the only family member that he had. So yeah, and so it's like seeing him like this and being like feeling so down and so worthless about not being able to uh, be better for Rudy and for Sinis. And it's like in this particular thing of like not being able to rescue her, and it's like we hadn't seen how difficult the labyrinth is, but just with how Roxy was doing, yeah, it looks pretty difficult. So with that, in terms of like skills as an adventurer, it's like, oh, it's hard to be mad at Paul for that. But he definitely could have been a better father and a better husband to, Rudy and Sinis. But him apologizing here is like, I kind of want to say like this is not his fault. Like, not really. Like, he just doesn't have enough power or people to be successful at saving her. That's not a fault of his own, of his character. So for that, I'm like, okay. Like, I do like that we can see that in some ways Paul has changed and become a little more, what's the word? Just, he's just become a little more reflective of his own actions and how those made other people feel, but not too much, as we see him being kind of an asshole to Eileen Ellis, unprovoked as well. So it's like, he definitely hasn't changed to the point of like being a super admirable person. But at the very least, I do think he's better than he was back in those first few episodes of the show. And even more in what we've heard from him in the past before Rudy was even born. So, yeah. I also really like the scene where Paul tells Rudy that Roxy fell into a trap in the labyrinth and he doesn't know if she might still be alive. And Rudy almost starts having a panic attack and kinda just falling into a very big pit of self-despair. And it was really close for him to just, go into a deep end and simply focus on Roxy. Because obviously we all know how much she means to him. It was because of the idea that he has of her, and just of the lessons that he taught him, that he even had something to cling to between Eddie's and meeting Sylvie again. So yeah. So glad that Elena was just patting him in the shoulder, kind of like, oh, was able to bring him back. Like, I'm missing, like, though I imagine that all of that was like, just kind of sending him into a panic, was still in the back of his mind, but he didn't let it rein everything in. But yeah, everything else, it was just getting into the labyrinth and start going through it. fairly easily because now we have the book. And we have 2 more members to the party, which is Rudy and Ellen Ellis. Yeah, we only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 adventurers. Like, I think there was a girl that looked like a magic user, but she didn't go in, so I'm guessing I don't know what her deal was. We didn't get introduced to her at all. It's the one with like brown short hair. But yeah, it was rough seeing Roxy just well, be so scared to die and basically give up. Like, it's a bit convenient that this is the exact moment that she just couldn't go on anymore. And this is specifically the moment where Rudy found her. But whatever. I don't mind it. Because just the emotion of them seeing each other again more than made up for it. But yeah, like I wish she kind of had kept her like you know her like her warrior's dignity to the end. But at the same time, it's like I guess being in this state and not knowing whether someone is gonna come to your aid, like yeah, we've never seen Roxy like this, but like we don't see Roxy that often, so it's hard to tell whether this was a believable breaking point. Regardless, here we are, and yeah, I'm very curious to know how this 2's interactions is going to go because of how much time has happened without them interacting at all. So yeah, this was my reaction to this episode of Mushoku Tensei. So if you liked it, please like and subscribe. Until next time, see ya.